Hello! Today we'll be going over the Lancer tabletop RPG. So, if you don't know what it is, then basically it's, I guess if you know what Dungeons and Dragons is, think that but in space, kind of. It's, instead of like you being adventurers where you control characters with magic and swords and stuff. At least I think that's how Dungeons and Dragons work. How do I describe this? You basically just are Lancer pilots. Lancer people. I'm not the best at the lore stuff, but you're basically pilots who control a bunch of mechs, and so Gundams, I guess. Although not quite Gundams, they're less people looking and more less people looking, more non-people looking. But you get to play with the GM and other players, and it's very fun. So sorry, I'm rather tired. I've had a long day, and it's not the nicest outside, but basically you have 2 turns. If we can go over the rules that I remember off the top of my head, players and NPC enemies alternate between turns. So one player goes, then an NPC goes, then a player goes, then an NPC goes. That's for combat. Players get to choose the order they'll take their turns. So if there's player A's A, B, C, and D, player A could go first this first round, but then go last the second round. For leveling up, you gain license levels. It's quite fun. It's actually probably easier to show, but like this is Compom. This is how you basically kind of play to a degree. Think about it like a fully functional character sheet, so you don't have to do it all by hand. It's really good, especially if you're playing online, and then with some stuff you can load it in, or if you play like Roll20, you kind of just copy stuff over to a degree. But like action economy, if we go over, every turn you get 1 move, which is equal to your mech's move. Pilots are really squishy. You can overcharge, but that causes you heat. Heat is similar to health. So there's health and heat in this for your max, at least. So when you overcharge, the first time you overcharge, the best ways to do it is you have the entire battle, and it's divided into sitraps. Or I guess mission is divided into sitraps, so one mission might have, let's say, 3 sitraps, so that'll be 3 different combat encounters. If you overcharged, it carries the first time you overcharge, you gain 1 heat. The second time you overcharge, you gain 1 3-sided dice of heat. So you take a D3, I guess like D6 is a 6-sided dice, D20 is 20-sided dice, so you roll a D3, and then you gain that much heat. That's the second time. The third time you overcharge, you gain 1d6 of heat, and every time after that it's 1d6 plus 3 heat. And this carries through over all the sitraps for an entire mission. So if you overcharge the very first sitrap, and then don't do it again until the 3rd sitrap in a mission, you're still going to gain, the next thing will still be 1d6 of heat. You could get lucky and only get 1 heat that time, but it's, especially when it doesn't work out that way. I found I'm always unlucky, I guess you could say. But yeah, reaction, you can take a turn as well. That's for like to do stuff on enemy turn. Something like shooting them if they come within a certain range, or there's different reactions. I'm honestly not that great at using them. One reaction was like bracing, where you set yourself to take half damage, but in return you kind of lose your ability to do a few things the next turn of yours. So you get either one full action or 2 quick actions. Some things are only half the action, some things are a full action, so that's... Free actions are... Usually you don't get free actions. The thing I can think of is if you activate the protocol, which is generally free. Like, you can skirmish, which is basically choosing one weapon and attacking with it. But if on your weapon mount you have an auxiliary weapon on it, you get to do it. Super heavy weapons, though, you cannot use skirmish, you must use a barrage. Barrages usually choose 2 of your weapon mounts and fire with weapons on them. But if you use a super heavy weapon, you have to use the entire full action. So barrage, just fire it. Ramming, you attack them. Bolster is attack action, you get to boost another character, so if you're playing support, that's nice. Tech and quick tech. There's like a quick tech action where you do 1 tech thing, which could be hacking someone or, like I said, bolstering someone, or a full tech where you get to choose 2 quicks and perform them. You can also, or hacking, like that's what I said. You can also choose the same one twice. Locking on is also a tech action that gives you a accuracy die when you attack. So how accuracy and inaccuracy, I think, works is you get when you're rolling to attack, you roll additional d6s. So if you have 3 accuracy, you roll 3 extra d6s to hit. But only one of them contributes, and that's the highest rolling one. For inaccuracy, you roll that same, like if you have 2 inaccuracy, you roll 2 d6s, and I think it's the lowest one contributes. No, the highest one, sorry. Like the highest one contributes. So accuracy will add to the amount to your hit, and you have to pass a certain threshold to hit them. Well, inaccuracy subtracts. Let's not talk about self-destructing. Some of this stuff is... it could take a while to go through everything. This is downtime stuff. This is for like the narrative stuff where you get to do stuff between missions. So we could build a character, like, let's see. I have some homebrew stuff in this. No, I don't actually. Oh, I don't. Okay. So, yeah, one of my more preferred official extra book. Like you have the core book and then you have like extra books. One of my more favorite is Wallflower, because that gives me access to one of the ISPN. If I look, what is this? IPS North Star things, which is the kid, which is basically a Lancaster but nicer. So, just with the base stuff, let's create a new pilot. We'll add a new pilot. Create a new pilot. Let's call her Lily Lunaire, like me. So, call sign is what the pilot was like. I don't actually know what a call sign is, other than during missions you generally call the person by their call sign and not by their name. So in this case, it could be like Moon Princess. Background, I'll do Android. It does give you some stuff. You can add biography, so a VTubing Android girl who is very tall, because I am very, very tall. Wait, that's biography. Dossier. Oh, this is like the biography. Okay, and this stuff's not actually all that important. You can also select a character template, which is... Let's not go with that. Nope. Yeah, so we can just do this. So now we get to choose to begin with. We get 4 skill points, and we must select a minimum of 4 skills. I don't know if that means... Yes, so you need to select 4 different skills. So, in general, for me, I like taking... Because I like supporting people. So I take Patch because it lets me heal them. Although, this is more narrative stuff, honestly. This doesn't really happen... Like, these skills don't apply actually in combat. Because you're not... This is more for your actual pilot, not your mech. And when you're in combat, it's the mech stuff that's important. This is for downtime and narrative stuff. What this does is when you roll to see your downtime to see if it succeeds, it adds to it. So like, this will give +2 to when I'm trying to heal someone, and I could get up to +6. So generally you need to get 20 or above to like fully succeed on it. Between like 10 and 20 is you succeed, but it comes at some kind of cost, like it doesn't work out as well, or it takes more time than you thought, or that kind of stuff. And then below that is usually you just horribly failed. So do not fail a roll to heal someone. You might just turn a broken arm into a broken heart, I don't know. Other stuff I take is like, these kind of, you can group them up. This is for doing that kind of stuff. This is performing skillfully and accurately under pressure. I kind of like this one just to sneak around. Charming's always nice because because my character that I currently play in a Wallflower campaign, she's like such a cute girl. She's basically just a person who goes to the prisoners of war and gives them hugs and plushies. It's really, I like her. So then this one you can kind of, spotting's a good one. That's what I do as well. Patch and spot, charm are the main three I do, and then start. So after those are skill triggers. So then this is the talents. This is what will apply in mech combat. So you have Ace, which is for... You have different levels as well, so you have to get them at, like, high levels. So you have to choose 3 different talents to begin with, but then you can level them up as you level up or get more ones. So I generally get bonded just because because there's this one friend I play with often in tabletop RPGs, so for her, I always just bond to her because it gives them buffs, although this one is going to more apply for narrative stuff in a way. No, because when they make saving throws or stuff, this will, but for like shooting, this is not going to work. You have a lot of stuff. I'll just show you the kind of stuff I built. It was, oh gosh, where was it? This game also has stuff known as NHPs, which you can think of as AI, but they're human-like, that can help control your mech. Which is why I take Technophile, because that's the one that gives you a special one. You can only have generally 1 NHP on a mech at a time, but with this at number 3, because this one does not count as one towards the limit of 1 NHP on your mech, so you can have 2 then, this and another one. And at Enlightenment, so level 3 of this, it's the only NHP that allows it to make use of your talents. So this one, even if I'm not in my mech, if the mech is beside a character, it can still use the bonding with them. Or something along those lines. Or I guess my wave. And then Spotter is what I get, usually if I'm bonding, just because, like, we can see what it does. When they consume a lock-on, and they're adjacent, they roll twice and choose either result. So actually, what I'm going to do is... Oh! What happened to my eyes? Sorry. This is... Oops. There we go. I bug out sometimes. That's not a good thing. I didn't even notice I was like that. Oh gosh. Okay, so what I do is just put everything into engineering because that increases how much system stuff I can bring. I like doing these two. If you're at higher levels, so this one is really required. This one I think works good on some Macs, but the one that I usually choose doesn't work. So I'll register, and then if I actually, sorry, I'm just going to, where are we? I'm going to turn this to black so I can actually do something. So if I go Content Manager, install content. Sorry, it's just because I'm doing some stuff that that you guys shouldn't be seeing. I go to, it's because I'm going to, it's very quick. I basically just, wallflower. Wallflower. And then I'm going to install the lanes and stuff, and then also long rim, which is another one. Right, so. Yeah, I can show you guys now. Ta-da! Look! Look what we installed! It's because I already had the files, but now they add new talents and that kind of stuff. So what we'll do is we're going to, actually, instead of worrying about the Mac to begin with, we're just going to show you what leveling up looks like. Click level up. I get to choose note more skills. So in this one, I'm going to get charm because this just is an example. This one I'll just level up bonded because I love my friend. She's nice, so I want to support her. And then I'm going to put more into engineering. And I get to choose a license to get, so I'm going to go towards the kid. So generally you get to start with two beginning mechs. Everest and something else. Each time you level up, you get to choose a new license to get, which is mechs. Now with the kid, at rank 1, you get access to this weapon and this system. Weapons are the stuff you put on your mounts. Systems are like support stuff on it. So for each mech, you need to reach license level 2 in it to actually unlock the frame. And this is my favorite frame, so I'm going to show you it. So, core bonuses. We don't actually get core bonuses. We get core bonuses every 3 license levels. So as you can see, this says us. Usually you'd fill this stuff up, but I'm not going to. So in this case, let's level up a bit more. Let's level up again. Show you what it's like. We'll use, let's get patch up there. We'll get bonded up again. And then I'm going to put that in. And then unlock it. Now I've unlocked the frame. No core bonuses yet, but I'm going to get license level 3 and you'll get to see it. So let's get charm up again. We have bonded at maximum, so we're going to go for a spotter. Actually, let's see. What does spotter level 3 do? Oh, okay, that's nice for those. That's helpful because usually I like locking on for my friend. She does like drone stuff for the Wallflower game. So instead of engineering, let's actually get stuff to it because to evade attacks you have 2 different stuff. Evasion for like weapon attacks and electronic defense to avoid like hacking attacks and stuff. Tech attack is used for actually making those tech attacks. And speed is used for movement. So for every let's say one of these things, if I put 1 point into agility, I get 1 evasion. 1 point to this, I get 1 heat capacity. 1 to this, I get 1 electronic defense and 1 tech attack. And 1 to this, you get mech health. Every 2 points, though, like, look. 1 point into here, 1 heat capacity. 2 points there, 2 heat capacity, but now I get +1 in this. So that's what you should watch out for. So since the maximum one is 3 in any one, you're going to get +6 here, +3 here, plus, although that's not true because each point in this gives +2 mech health. So let's go to our lovely kid mech and unlock it. And now for the core bonus, you either choose from general massive systems, which everyone can get access to, or if you have 3 license levels in a mech from, like, licenses, let's say. This is ISPN North Star, so if I have 3 license levels in any combination of mechs, so if I have, let's say, 1 in Blackbeard, 1 in Drake, 1 in Lancaster, or like 3 in Kid, then for the core bonus, I can choose 1 from this. Because, so right now, because I have 3 in the Kid, which is in this group, I can choose 1 core bonus from here, or 1 core bonus from here. I cannot choose a core bonus from that, from Smith, Shimano, Corpro, Horus, or Harrison Armory. So, in this case with North Star, I don't want to increase my size. I don't need that. I honestly don't know what's good to get. I haven't really gotten to this license level. What I could do is, I'll get this. Oh, this one is generally good. It gives a +1 accuracy for 1 weapon on the mount. And for the kid mech, you only get 1 weapon mount, so, you know, you're always going to have accuracy with that. So now, grit you get when you level up as well. It's, I forget how, I think it's your level divided by 2 ceiling. So if it's at half, round up. And it adds, like, just adds to everything. It adds to skill checks, it adds to attacks, things you hit, that kind of stuff. So we have the tactical profile to view our stuff. Now the fun part is we're going to build the mech. So see, these are the 2 you can choose to begin with. But I can choose this mech, which is the kid. So we're going to call it Fluffy Moon. Don't judge my name. So we get to edit it now. So you get a weapon. I have 1 main mount. This is why I like CompCon. It makes it easy. So heavy weapons have to go on heavy mounts, I think, or no? Honestly, don't remember. No, heavy weapons can go on main mounts, but yeah, there's no. It's a bit confusing, honestly. I can't explain the whole thing in just a short stream. I could honestly go on for like 2-3 hours though if I want, but tonight's not a good time to do that. Maybe another day if people want me to actually go more in depth into Lancer, like the rules and how to play. For now, this is just kind of seeing how you build a character and a mech. So this one, I'm going to choose this one, as this is... See, this actually costs a system point. Most don't. You get different damage types. Threat determines when you... how far you can overwatch with the weapon. So, this is the range. It can shoot 15 tiles away. It can deal this much energy damage, which is relevant as some things can become resistant to certain energy types. And it's usually only systems that cost a system point, but this is special. So now weapons can have different traits. They can have the drone trait, seeking. Drones are usually actually separate now, but it can have seeking or nexus. So any of these get +1 accuracy if I hit them. So if I hit an enemy with this, the next attack, get +1 until the end of their next turn. Yeah, so until the end of my next turn, all drone seeking and nexus weapons that hit the enemy gain accuracy So, with my friend, like I mentioned, who uses a lot of drones and that stuff, this is perfect to use to support her. Now, if I crit, meaning I hit 20 or above with the dice, because, with accuracy dice and then grit getting involved, it also puts a lock-on on. You can consume a lock-on to get an extra accuracy dice. So, if I hit 21, let's say I rolled a 15 and I rolled a 6 on the accuracy dice I had, I'll put a lock-on onto the enemy, and then my friend uses a drone to attack. She'll get +1 accuracy as they've been hit with this, and she can consume the lock-on for additional +1 accuracy. Usually mechs have more than one mount. The kit does not, it's a support mech. So this, it has 4 structures, so every time it goes to 0 health, it loses a structure. And you roll in a chart to see what happens. Sometimes you can just kind of shrug it off and you just lost a structure. Other times it's really bad and you lose a weapon or a system. Health is how much health you have. Armor is, you basically subtract it from your damage. Stress is like structure, but it's for heat, because if you overheat, you lose a stress and stuff happens. Heat capacity is how much heat. Repair capacity, you can spend a repair point to put your mech from 0 to from whatever health you have to full. You can also spend, during downtime, 2 repairs to get you back 1 structure. Different mechs have different bonuses, though. That's what makes them more interesting as well. Like, traits of this mech. It can deploy or activate any system with drone or deployable tag as a free action once during the first combat scene, so a sit trap. And it has this, it can destroy that stuff to grant overshield. It can, if it does that, it starts a limited system. And each one also has a core point stuff they get. They sometimes get a passive one, like in this case, every time I use a tech option on a friendly person, I get +1 to the Jolly Roger die. If I deploy a drone or deployable, I get +1 to the Jolly Roger die. If the enemy does a tech attack against a friend of mine in my sensor range, that's what this comes in for, I get a Jolly Roger die. I can reset the Jolly Roger die to 1 to put every hostile character in a blast 1 radius lock on. If it's at 5 or higher, I can reset it to 1 to put these on it. But they get a chance to succeed on a system save. That's where these save targets come. And then a system save means they roll for this thing. So system save here, I believe, would be they roll a dice, add 1 as they have 1 to this. If I'm doing a system save anyways. And then it has to beat 13. No, actually this doesn't get put in. Save target is your base plus the grit. Okay, never mind. I'm silly. Okay. So, systems then I can equip are... This one is from the Techno file. You actually have to equip it, but it costs nothing to put on. You can... With this mech, you want a lot of deployables and stuff. So, church drones are a good one. And see, this one, with the kid, you get a lot of system points. I get 12 total. I've used 3, so it's going to take a bit. I like personalizations, just to put plushies in the mech cockpit. You can sometimes do stuff that might help a bit, but plushies are just nice to have. Expanded compartments to fit a friend to ride with me if necessary. This is one of the things that lets me deploy stuff to, like, put it in placement as cover, do a thing to slow people down, do a thing to stop burn, or just give people armor. And notice how it said limited 6 for this. This means it can only be put down 6 times. Because I've engineering at 4, that means I get limited bonus. No, system. No, it's engineering, yeah, that gets plus. Or is it systems? I actually don't. No, it should be engineering. It gives +2 to limited systems. Meaning instead of only getting 6 to use the 6 times in a mission, I get to use it 8 times. Then other stuff, you could put these down. Let's see what I mean. I still have a lot of system points, so... See, this costs 3 system points, so I can't equip it. Otherwise, what's good? At this point, I actually don't know. That's not bad to have. And this is my neck. So, now if we were to go into combat, I could start the combat, change it to be this one is active and engage combat mode, which, as you can see, has all the stuff you'll need for keeping track of combat. See, you use it overcharge, you get +1. Will be the next one, plus... Look, it's easy to keep track of. And I'm sorry, it's actually 1d6 +4. Core bonus, you click that to say you used it. At least it should. Oh, you click that. Repair capacity, you can show to see how much health you... Repair capacity you have, how much heat you have. How much health you have, how much heat you have. You want this to be 0 and this to be full. Stress. Oh, seeing this. Roll a die, let's roll that. Oh, I get to. Also, in this case, it actually tells you what you rolled. So, let's say I rolled a 6 and another 6. It's not bad. See, an gaming parent tells you what happened. It actually puts them, that's actually pretty neat. So, same with structure. I lost a structure. Let's say I rolled a 1 and... Direct hit. Look, it's bad. NHPs can cascade, so be careful with those. That's why the Technophile one is good, because it stops your things from cascading. Look, you can use this to keep track, you can view this stuff. It's all very useful. Like, if I want to skirmish with this, I attack. I have 1 accuracy. Roll. No. I don't actually know how this works. Oh, I see. See, in this case I rolled a 17. Get a flat modifier of 2. I had 1 accuracy and I rolled 6. A 6 on the accuracy die. So I hit them. So how much damage do I get? Oh, it just tells me. See, it's all a bit confusing to me, but it's fine. But that's why I usually do the rolling stuff and, elsewhere. Nice thing is, it actually lets you know what you've done. So I can deploy this. Which, it shows me I have 6 out of 5 uses left because, I have this stuff to give me extra. I can see it now. I know I've already used my actions, so I can't use that. All in all, it's actually it's a really fun game. I can go over it more another time, but this is where I call it a night. I hope you all had fun learning a bit more about it. I've never played Dungeons & Dragons, but I've played this, so I would definitely recommend this. If I'm going to talk about more tabletop RPG games, though, instead of going over this, I'd like to go over another one, which is... Oh, hi! Hi, I didn't even see your comment there. How are you doing? I'm getting distracted. Yeah. That's good to know. This is... I wouldn't say it's like a really big tabletop RPG game, but it's not small. There's a lot of places on Discord you can play it. It's fun. Like I said, I usually play support because, you know, it's more fun to support friends. Yeah, that's really nice. Like, one of the ones I play or played before, it didn't have that. It had Roll20, which was the most I could do. And Roll20 is good for some stuff, not so good for other stuff. But I can go over that other tabletop RPG another stream. It's actually a Girls Frontline, a homebrew of Dark Heresy 2, if you've ever played Girls Frontline. It's basically like a Chinese mobile game. Someone took that, turned it into a tabletop RPG. I'm not actually sure how the copyright works on that. I mean, it's not for sale, but it can get interesting because, you know, you have to be careful with copyright when doing that stuff. But yeah, I should go over the rules and how to actually play Lancer another time, go over that other game another time. I don't actually know, I've never actually played other tabletop RPGs though, other than those two. I want to though, but it's really hard finding people to play with, especially when you're shy, you know, because you have to meet new people to do it, and then, you know, that's hard. But I have to actually eat now. I haven't eaten stuff today. Yeah, I hope you can play as well. Maybe I can organize like with you and some other people to play one. But then the hard part is actually finding someone to like be the game master or dungeon master or whatever you want to call them. Because that's the person who has to know how everything works, create the story, make sure players don't do weird stuff. I was a game master for the other RPG, and players can get really creative and stuff. Even as a player, I can get creative. Like, this person wants to fight. Can I hug them instead? Yeah. I should actually eat though, so thanks for watching. I'll definitely do more of this another time. It was fun. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.